Hello, I'm just here for a bit of a ramble probably. I hope you're having a nice day today. It's Monday and the weather's quite nice today, so I've just taken the dog out for a walk, and it's now lunchtime, so I'm having a little bit of a break, and I thought I'd just sit down, have a chat, and show you a couple of things that I picked up over the weekend. I've still not got a car, but I'm being very well exercised by my walking, which is fantastic. I'm actually enjoying it, and I feel that fitness has to be part of your lifestyle, really. I find it's much easier if it's something that you have to do to get somewhere, almost. So I have some long walks to do, but I love to walk, so I'm enjoying that. Anyway, so I shall show you 4 bags that I picked up that I'm going to list. I think I've listed a couple already. This one I love. It's a little basket weave straw bag with bamboo handles, made in Italy. I love this bag. I actually didn't pick it up at first. It cost me £4, and I didn't pick it up at first because I'm trying not to spend money, and I really like it for myself. But I have put it on to sell. It's very cute. I love it. Okay, so that's the first one. And again, I always like a contrast. Now I noticed this. Oh, well, I'm not showing you properly. There you go. And the reason why I noticed this was because of that Nick Hills had picked up a melamine plate at a jumble sale, which apparently was Jack Skellington. Excuse me. And the kids had, I don't know, maybe they were watching it over my shoulder and said, "Oh, I know who that is," blah blah blah. So now I know who that is. So I picked up this bag to resell. So I think he'll make a decent bit of money. I paid £4 for it, and it's new apart from, I think there's one tiny little mark on it at the bottom, but it's just there where it's been sat. So I shall put it on as used, but not, as it were. Yeah, so that's great. I don't really know what it says or what that's about, but I think I can. What was the price? Up to 20, I think it might have been, when I was looking at them. Yeah, and actually I have put this one on for a very high price, but I'll knock it down. I'm just seeing what happens. Yeah, I've actually put that on for 30, but I'm just testing the market really with bags. This one is lovely black leather, and it's Casa di Borse. Excuse the terrible accent. The northern accent French. Okay, and these go for quite nice money. It's a lovely bag. It's got about 7 pockets, and it's in perfect condition. Inside still with the condensation packs, whatever they're called. Lovely little, you can see the genuine leather there. And this cost me £2.50 for this really lovely bag. And it had a little bit of dirt again. It's got a tiny bit of wear where it was sat, and it had a little mark just from where it was sat, I think. But sometimes they haven't got time to clean them like that, and then that's when you can actually get things cheap if they think there's a permanent mark, but there isn't, and you can take the time to fix that. So that's a lovely bag. And the last one again, I bought it for myself, really, I suppose. I didn't really know much about these, but I think I don't know even if Avon own them or something in there. So they're no great shakes, these, I don't think. Fiorelli bags. But maybe they were at one time, I'm not sure. So there seem to be a lot of them around. But what was the price of this online? Maybe up to 20. So this is brand new with tags. So I did pay £10 for this at the charity shop because I thought actually I would even keep it myself. But I might put it on. I shall see. I just like the colour. Yeah, so you might see these around a fair bit. And then again, I'd left these behind. I've been looking at these a few times, and I was kind of wandering around and just for fun, really, just passing the time yesterday. Oh, but I have got a story. I did just miss something. It's kind of awkward, isn't it, looking things up on eBay in the shop, and sometimes I don't care, and I just get on with it. And I was like, oh well, I'll just pop out of the shop, and it's nicer if you just have a look. And then I thought I've got all afternoon. I'll just wander out, and as I'm walking along, I'll remember the makes and look them up, and then I can go back. So I did this with some jeans called dragging jeans, and I went out, and when I looked it up, they are motorcycling jeans and can bring in a bit of money. So I went back in, and the guy before me had picked them up because you've got to be quite fast with these. And I stupidly, I think I left the label showing out because but sometimes I think, oh well, it's fine, there's always things you can pick up, does it matter really? There's always things enough for everybody to share, as it were, depending on what your niche is and what you want to pick up. So there's always interesting things anyway. It's just one of those things, and part of the fun is actually researching. So it was interesting to learn about those jeans. So if you do see any called dragging, DRAGGIN, dragging jeans, they're motorcycling jeans. I think they're a bit more robust. So there you go. So anyway, so I wandered around. I'd been looking at these in the shop a few times. I think other resellers have probably looked at them and thought, so they're unworn. They're beautiful shoes. Now, I guess they're more like your Christmas shoes, aren't they? Maybe. Now I cut off and empty my phone. So autograph shoes. Turn that the right way up for you. Autograph. They were £2.95. Really, really beautiful shoes. And just it's kind of coming off just on one of the toes. There's a little bit of mark, so I'm just going to clean it off, and hopefully they'll be good as new. So I'm just banking on being able to make that look nice, and they haven't been worn. So I shall price them up. I shall try. Yeah, see that have they got any? Oh, you see, there's a bit of wear there, isn't there? Maybe. It's come off. I know, I'll put them off, see whether I can get a little bit of money for them. Yeah. We always do this show off fails online. I don't know if that's not means it's not great there. You can see where there's a bit of I think they might be alright for a special occasion. I could put them on even for £10.15. It only cost me £3, so I'll give them a go. So not got much interesting to show you really. Some really nice actually jigsaw, the jigsaw linen trousers. They're a nice long length. 100% cotton, size 12. They don't look quite right on me, otherwise I would have kept them. They're very nice though. Oh, this is lovely. Pick this up. This is an Oasis silk, 100% silk dress, and I might keep this as a tunic top, wear it over something. I'm going to try it on. It's really nice. Paid £3 quid? Or £3.95 for that 100% silk Oasis. And finally, I always forget what I've shown you. Maybe I have shown you these before. Pair of Paul Smith men's linen trousers. I'll show you the label. And I have been researching these to check them, and I did find a list on eBay another pair with the label sewn inside the trouser pocket. And the buttons, just for reference, they're a plain button, so that's why I was curious. But yeah, a nice pair of men's linen trousers. So of course they sell, Paul Smith sells quite well. So I've been doing very well with the men's trousers. They seem to do okay for me. So that's just a few small things, and then I bought what I've got on. So it's a bit of a keeper's day, but I do spend a long time looking through everything. But the sleeves are slightly too short, but I still like this top. So if you can see, it's a Yumi top. I'll show you. I just love the pattern. It's absolutely gorgeous design. And also yesterday, you catch the label on that. Excuse me. 7 for All Mankind jeans, which fit me perfectly. I couldn't quite believe it. I was so chuffed. So I've got my new outfit there. So obviously making no money on eBay because I'm just keeping it all. So but yeah, so I have transferred and decided. So I've got my business name, so I'm going to register. I did have one a few years ago, but I'm going to registering with Company House now, and I'm doing everything formally now. So because I'm expecting that this year I'm hoping to actually do things more seriously. So as a business, because you're allowed a certain amount, the £1,000 profit leeway. So I was dabbling at the end of last year. That's all I've done. So now it's a new financial year. Of course, everything needs to be above board. So fingers crossed that in terms of the business, because I'm not really just thinking about eBay. I'm talking about probably a 5-year plan, really. Also known as the Children's University Fund, in my case. So I have lots to think about in terms of finances. So I work full time as well, but I am a bit of an entrepreneur. So I'm looking at having something just to make a little extra, and just to research online business, really, because I do kind of work in that industry, and I'm very interested in how YouTube works, how Insta works, and just it's just out of interest, and even how eBay works as an online platform. It's just something that's fairly close to my industry, and I just like to look at how all that works, and I think it's good to have a few strings to your bow, as it were. So I will be looking at Amazon, and I'm going to have a look at Vinted as well. So it's all good. I'm at a certain stage where I know what I'm doing with eBay. I have a shop. I'm not sure whether I need the shop, but at the moment that's helping me with the categorization and looking for a niche. And I find I can go into the shop and I can look at what categories I've got, and I get a better feel for how everything looks in a particular category and what's selling. So it's helping me develop the business, even if I just do an actual shop temporarily, because I agree that people rarely go and just look at a specific shop there, unless it is a particular niche like car parts, obviously. So I think so it may come into its own for me as I move into one particular thing. But then I do find that I pick up various items because if they interest me, or I think, oh, there's profit in that, and I am at that stage where it's quite nice, the stage I'm at, because you do have limits imposed upon you as a business seller in terms of what's free and so on. And I feel that's actually helpful to me at this stage, because it means I'm sorting out my inventory now and looking at what I really want to concentrate on. And I think it's, from my point of view, I'm nervous of keep sourcing and stocking, because in my position, I don't want to be spending money for no reason. I don't know if this works. I don't know, potentially, I might not make a profit, because I think once you look at the percentage for your packaging, debobbler, steamer if you're into clothes, but generally there are things around reselling that you need, and you have to put some money into that. So you've got that, you've got your tax once you reach that threshold, you've got your PayPal fees, and you've got your eBay fees. So that as a percentage works a lot. And I am actually, while I'm looking at the profit, I'm looking at giving away 50%. Maybe that's how mentally I think, well, what's worth my while. So I do like to think, right, I can get £10 profit out of that, and I think that tends to be a little bit the benchmark. I think you can do the fivers as well, but I would rather have fewer products and be getting that £10 profit. So I'm very selective now. So I'm going through my inventory of all the silly things that you buy at first, which everybody does. So you will have your Disney plushes and your DVDs that don't sell. Some of them are sold actually. Yeah, but there are things that you're sort of testing the market, aren't you? Seeing what works. And I think that there's nothing else you can do except get experience. You can't just go in and say, oh, tell me how to do this, that. I think to be a skilled reseller, it's experience. And I think different people are good at selling different things. I think you find that you just have a sense of certain things that you know about, and things that you're interested in. I don't think you can sell things that you're not interested in. So it's very important to have the passion to do it. Otherwise you just give up, because it is quite hard, and you do constantly have that feeling, was it worth it? And because I'm doing it for slightly different reasons, I'm doing it to study the platforms. I enjoy thinking about how the eBay algorithm works, for example. There are a number of reasons why I do it. So that keeps me going at the moment on it. But I am realistic, and I'm considering, well, is this just giving me a little bit of extra spending money, really? What is it offering me? But once I look into the other platforms, yeah. So I'm waffling, but I'm very realistic about this, and I'm always on the cusp of thinking, yeah, because to do anything well, you have to give it your time. To do anything well, you've got to give it your time, and I don't think that's what I'm saying. So from my point of view, I don't want to spend a lot on stock, so I don't want to keep sourcing for no reason. I don't want to keep listing things that there's no point in listing. So I want to look at my inventory, I want to clean it out, and I want to focus and look at the items I've got in there, see why they're not selling, and tweak them to see if I can get them to sell, to actually study what actually gets things to sell and whether the product's a waste of time or not. So I do want to get that right. To me, that's what makes the difference. Obviously, that's just my dog again. I think it's the post. So yes, I think it's important to learn to look at what you've got up there, not just to dump things on, but actually just to, if something's not selling, to try and work out why. So it's usually like improve your photographs, isn't it? And yeah, and I noted, I'm not sure whether you really get decent exposure across countries unless you have a featured shop, because that's where you're distributed across the other eBay platforms. I think 13 other countries, and they can suggest, I think money saving experts suggested that if you think there's a target market somewhere else, then go in and put it on their eBay. So that's something to consider. I've actually got a dress which is lovely. I've probably got it too highly priced, but it's really gorgeous. But it's a US brand, and it might actually work for me to put it on .com. So they're the kind of interesting things that I like to try. So that's something I will do. At the beginning, I did sell some things abroad at the beginning, and I always think that eBay, you know, it's like dangles a little carrot in front of you, doesn't it? So, you know, and it's done its job really well with me, because I started off, you know, very small, and then reselling my own things, and then you go, oh, this is working, and then they give you the offers, and you go, oh, this is working, and sold a couple of things abroad, and you think, oh, this is working, and then eventually they get you on there, don't they, with a shop and so on. So yeah, very clever. And then they probably throttle it all back, and you've got to, you know, and then it's actually harder. But you know, who knows. But one thing I did wonder, there's been a discussion about whether people are private sellers or business sellers. eBay knows whether you're a private seller or a business seller anyway, whether you've registered it for or not. And I did wonder whether they put that in the algorithm. They keep an eye on you, and I don't know whether they would penalise you if you're selling privately and they want you to be business or not in terms of your ranking. But it wouldn't surprise me if they do something with that, because they will know really. And I think they do tweak to incentivise, you know, in terms of your sales. They do things with that, I think. So if so, it could be quite important to actually be a business seller if you are one, if they actually penalise you in terms of your rankings. It's possible, but I actually wouldn't know. But I will test that out. Although my sales died on, interestingly, my sales died on Sunday, then it's Easter. I did all right. I've done my usual, well, when I say all right, it's not really that much at all compared to the experts, but you know, I'm not expecting that much. So I probably waffled. That's all that's come off the top of my head. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to go back now. It's my lunch. So enjoy your day, and that some of this information was useful, and that it was nice to chat. So so I hope some of this was helpful, and I'll see you again maybe if I carry this on, but I'm not sure I'm going to. It is, yeah, a bit harder work, isn't it, keeping up with YouTube? But anyway, hey, okay, it's good to talk to you. All right, take care. Bye.